Alright, another game. I haven't really recorded too many games with the Damia deck. I actually tried to do a couple of live games, but they wound up being uneventful and highly interrupted by my little guy's intervention. But I just had this game. I know I'll keep trying to record some live games, and hopefully I'll eventually get one that's actually worthy of posting. But for the time being, I'm going to have to make do with recaps, which is what this one is. I'm playing against Mistolectes the Third, who in my experience doesn't play particularly strong decks, so I didn't really know what to expect. He's playing with this mono red guy, Heartless Hidetsugu. I don't know. Most of our mono red commanders are pretty bad. I guess Kiki Jiki and the Goblin Lord guy are pretty decent. The rest of them seem pretty bad. Anyway, I haven't played against this one much. But I am playing Damia. I have a pretty solid draw, -1 land. It's a little slow. But I do have Crucible and double fetches. Unfortunately, he's going first. So I don't draw a third land, but I do draw the map, which at least gives me the option to either fetch a third mana source, a regular one, and start using the Crucible depending on what he's doing, or if I need emergency ramp, I can go get Ancient Tomb. What I'm actually really hoping for is another ordinary land on the next turn, in which case I can take the greedy route and go with the Crucible Strip Mine plan, which has already shown up in my hand. But things are about to change. So now his big guy is an immediate threat, especially because I can't counter it. A couple of choices here, but I opt to go with the Ancient Tomb plan, mainly because strip mining him is way too risky, and I need to deploy some threats here. Actually, because I just drew the Oracle, which is one of my recent additions to the deck. I've noticed when I was using Damia that quite often I would get my hand choked with lands. So Oracle, while being a pretty solid card to begin with, combos so well with Damia that it seemed a little bit foolish not to use it. But I'm definitely going to go get Ancient Tomb here. And he draws Soul Ring and Staff, which is a little bit questionable. I guess he figures he needs the card advantage. I don't really know what his hand is like at the time, but it seems to me that playing against a deck with blue, with a commander that literally taps to deal 20 damage, you might want to put that out first. It's not like I can not deal with that. Just ignore it. So I still don't. That's right. I draw a strip mine here. So right now my plan is basically I don't really know what he's going to do. I figure he's going to follow up and play at least the commander. So I really want to spell crumple this turn, but I also want to develop at the same time. And the proper way to do that is, I will show you. Trinket Mage for Chrome Mox, which I'm not running in Nin. I've actually debated putting it in my Nin deck, just because the acceleration is obviously fantastic, and you can make up for the card advantage really quickly, but it synergizes better with Damia, I think, on the whole. Especially because of the multicolor issue, you frequently have uncastable things stranded in your hand. Like, for example, I have the Liliana right now that I could easily just make into a black mana source. Much better than just sitting in my hand. But at the moment, I need to be able to enable Spell Crumple. So, unfortunately, regretfully, we have to imprint Cryptic Command. However, now that I've got 7 mana or 6 mana available, if I do draw another land, I immediately have the Karn plan to stop the Staff of Nin or whatever else he might play. And I don't attack with Trinket Mage just because the damage is not going to matter. And, you never know what kind of weird hasted thing someone might play. So he plays Gauntlet, which I'm going to just let go. He's going to play cast Pilgrim's Eye, which I will definitely let go. And then he casts Siege Gang Commander, which, combined with Gauntlet of Power, is just way too dangerous for me to let go. It's not horrible, but at the same time, it does definitely just ice Karn right away. And Karn is my kind of long-term plan for this game. So I'm just going to crumple it. I do draw land. So I think for a while I've got a lot of cool options here because I did top deck the strip mine. I have the option to start strip mining him with Crucible and Oracle, which is pretty degenerate, but at the same time, with his Gauntlet of Power in play, on this turn I can only take down 2 land. He's still going to have 10 mana plus whatever else might be in his hand, and he might play something pretty powerful, so I'd rather him not drawing 2 cards a turn, so we're going to start with that. So he taps 16 mana. I'm wondering what the hell is he going to play. This is where I feel like his play goes a little bit off the rails. So he imprints that. That's totally fine. Tax Karn for 1. And he decides to Sting Scourger my Trinket Mage. And then not play anything else. Like, he doesn't even cast his commander, even though I can't kill it. So I have no idea what exactly he was thinking, especially because I just get to eat the card out of his hand. I don't know why he wouldn't play his guy. But whatever. I make a mistake here and I get Soul Ring. I just miscounted my mana here. It's kind of dumb. I should have gotten Mana Crypt, because then I could just go Trinket Mage, Mana Crypt, and cast Damia. Instead, we have to go with the not inferior backup plan of playing Oracle and going with the Strip Mine Crucible plan. Even though he's got double Mana Flare in play, with no cards in hand, his prospects for recovering from here are pretty dim. So he pays Echo, draws another mountain, which is really fortunate for me. Finally decides to cast his Ogre. And he attacks with both. And the play here, I think, clearly is to just chump Sting Scourger so I can use Oracle, start abusing it. I don't really care about the damage, and I want to get one more use out of Karn, which allows me to bump off his commander for a turn. So I strip mine, and strip mine. Pretty disgusting. And play Damia. So he gets one more turn to cast his guy. Random Goblin. Finally finishes off Karn. But off the Damia draw, I get Demonic Tutor, and I get this. Hee hee. So double strip mine him again. Mystical Teachings for Cyclonic Rift. Or sorry, Merchant Scroll for Rift. And pretty much destroy him. I go get Force of Will. This game I actually drew this Notion Thief again. I'm still really on the fence about him. I want to play him just because he seems so cool. And I feel like in the format, it's got to just own people, right? Actually, in the last game I played, I got to draw cards off of a Skull Clamp with it, which was pretty fantastic when my opponent decided to just equip his guy. But overall, it's been pretty mediocre. I've been pitching it a lot with Force, or just ignoring it, or having it sit in my hand. But I kind of built the deck in the first place to even try this guy out. It just seemed like the best deck to use Notion Thief in, so I'm not really sure what to do. I certainly appreciate some comments on it. But that is the end of the game, seeing as how my opponent is going to get double strip mined again and have nothing in play. Anyway, quick little game. Decent comeback and a little demonstration of this new Damia deck in action. See you later.